Spencer Lazara, MMA interviews alongside Mr. David Branch, set to go for the middleweight title of World Series of Fighting this Saturday night live, the main event on World Series of Fighting 10. Talk about this matchup against Jesse Taylor, a title fight for you, obviously an exciting time.
You know, I can't wait for the fight on Saturday. This is something that I've been training for a long time, and it's got its just due. You know, I'm ready to become a champion, world champion of a 185-pound division and cement my place amongst the best in the world at 185.
What I was talking about in the press conference there, both you guys have great wrestling, great control on the ground. Do you feel like yours is superior to his? How do you feel like that'll play out?
I mean, I think I have better entries. He says that he has better wrestling. I don't think that, you know, seizing and closing the distance has anything to do with wrestling. I think that I have an all-around better game, better striking, better jiu-jitsu. You know, but I have my chance on Saturday to prove that, you know, and I can't wait.
You have a little more length, and would you say if there was stalemate in the wrestling, do you think you have that distinct striking advantage, like you said?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Talk about where you work, you know, your striking and the things that you've really been working on for this fight.
I've been working on everything. I haven't trained for him any different than I've trained for any other fighters. You know, I train with like you know, national champions, all-American wrestlers all the time. You know, whether it's I'm fighting or not fighting. I train with world-class jiu-jitsu guys all the time. I train with K1 kickboxers, professional boxers, amateur boxers, MMA fighters. You know, so it doesn't matter. You know, I'm all over the place. You know, I'm at every gym.
We've seen him be susceptible kind of to submissions. Do you feel like then this hard work on your jiu-jitsu may be the decisive factor?
I think that the hard work that I've been putting in jiu-jitsu for the past 11 and a half to almost 12 years is going to be definitely be a factor, you know, with the grappling aspect.
Which submissions maybe, if you can say, are maybe your strongest?
I know I'm really good at all submissions. If I get something, it's going. You know, it's going.
I assume it's a lot of top stuff too, because you really seem to enjoy being on top. You're not a guy who likes to lay down in the guard.
I mean, it's okay, you know, but like, why give the guy gravity? You know, he's got gravity as an advantage, and he can come down with strikes, elbows, and punches. That's 4 strikes that you have to be worried about, because 4 headbutts are illegal. But you know, that's a lot. That's 4 too many that I need to be worrying about as far as strikes. You know, I can submit people off my back. You know, I can put people in trouble off my back. But, you know, I can get up from anybody. I don't have to be on the ground. You know, anybody can be taken down. You can slip on a banana peel, but if you can't keep the guy on the floor, then it doesn't matter. You just get back up and start creating havoc again. You know, so I don't mind.
Yep. You alluded to your background as an iron worker in the press conference. Talk about that and kind of that hard work leading you to this point now.
Well, you know, I want to, you know, ironworking is a really hard blue collar, you know, job. You know, those guys are really hard working. They build the city of New York. You know, all of the beautiful skyscrapers that, you know, tourists always come to see and they're in awe about. The Freedom Towers, a lot of the great big buildings, Chrysler, the Empire State Building, were all built by ironworkers, and it was just a really good part to be a part of that. You know, having lunch up there, sleeping on the beams, you know, doing all the same things that you see in these old photos. You know, I did that, you know, and now I'm here to become a champion, and I think I'm going to take some of that with me and take some of those things that, you know, me and the guys used to talk about in the shanty. You know, they always said, man, you can become champion. You know, what are you doing here, kid? Now I'm here, you know, so, you know, it's time for me to take it all the way.
Is it at all surreal now, you know, fighting main event on national television here, you know, for an event like this, for a title?
Not anymore. You know, it used to be, but now, you know, I know that I deserve it. I'm right where I need to be. You know, this is where I belong, you know, and now I need to go through, you know, and become champion now. So it's not like a big shock to me. I'm not in big awe. You know, I'm right where I need to be.
What do you think about MMA becoming legalized in New York? Is that something before you're done that you'd really want to do, you know, fight in Madison Square Garden?
Yeah, I would love to fight in Madison Square Garden. Now they got the Barclays Center. You know, I got a huge following in New York. You know, it would be awesome, you know, to be able to fight in places like, you know, I actually had a wrestling competition, the Grapple at the Garden, that I participated in Madison Square Garden. So that was pretty cool. But to be able to fight and do something that I'm really good at and something that I specialize in, as far as just fighting all around and just putting it down, that would be great. You know, that would be great.
How do you visualize this fight unfolding? What is your ideal finish?
My ideal finish is 2 options, knockout or submission. You know.
All right. There you have it. Anything else you want to say?
That's it. Just follow me on David C. Branch MMA on Twitter.
There you have it. Follow this man, David Branch, and check him out this Saturday night, the main event, World Series of Fighting 10.
Hey, this is Ariane Celeste.
This is Uriah Faber. UFC lightweight champ Anthony Showtime Pettis.
This is Dan Henderson. You're watching MMA Interviews.
MMA Interviews.
You're watching MMAinterviews.tv.